Welcome to my channel. I post weekly Pilates videos, prenatal, postnatal, mat Pilates, no equipment needed. If this is something you're interested in, please do subscribe. Thank you so much. The following video is me at 38 weeks pregnant. This was filmed at the peak of the pandemic, so no fancy venue or filming crew involved. I really hope that you enjoy it. So starting in a side lunge warrior position, just think about that tailbone dropping down, creating more length in the lower back. You'll feel the pubic bone just pulling up, creating some work in the abdominal muscles. The knee will be above the ankle. Lengthen the arm up and over the body, tilting the head slightly, creating length and space in the spine. Listen to your body and just stretch as far as it feels good for you. So the purpose is to really lengthen and mobilize the spine in that lateral position. You're opening up the shoulders and you'll help to maintain strength through the leg muscles and joints. Continue to flow, keeping the whole of the body active from toe to fingertips. Feel the opposition from those 2 points. So from here, we're just going to come into a deep sumo squat. So just turning the feet out now, making sure they're wider than the hips, getting nice and low. Have a sense of pushing through the heels and the backs of the legs so that the glutes can have a gentle activation. So just letting that pelvis lead the way, hold that position now, just begin circling through the shoulder girdle, turning the head either side. Keep breathing, holding that position, working through those feet. Think big toe, little toe heel, staying really grounded. It's really beneficial to include standing exercises in pregnancy. It helps to free up the pelvis and open that chain of motion rather than just always being in that sitting position. So just bringing the feet a bit closer together now, still a little bit wider than hip distance apart. This is where my arms and head are chopped off, but you get the idea. So now we're just coming into Pilates squat. So sending those sit bones back and knees forwards. As you dorsiflex through the ankles, think about your toes spreading away. Bring the pelvis forwards to come up. Shoulders are quite relaxed and soft as you move those arms down. Just a gentle chin nod here and then just opening up that chest. And we're going to come down to the mat. So coming down onto the knees, just take your time getting there. Transitions will be a bit slower in pregnancy. So bottom comes back towards the heels, knees apart, and just come into a comfortable kneeling position. Take one hand, place it behind the body, the other arm comes up and over. You get a lovely stretch through the chest, a slight rotation and flexion through the spine. It's a dreamy exercise. Pause the video and do a few more if this feels good for you. It was one of my favorites. So from here, just walking the hands into a 4-point kneeling position, hands below the shoulders, knees just below the hips or further back if you'd like it harder. So inhale to drop and bend the elbows out to the side, exhale to lengthen those arms up, keeping the head, spine and tailbone in line as you lower. Press-ups are a great exercise in pregnancy to maintain strength in the arms and the shoulders, as well as taking the weight of the baby off the spine. So inhale to drop, exhale to lift. Inhale and exhale to lift. From there, we're going to bring those legs around in front of the body, just getting nice and comfortable on that mat. Feet just a bit wider than hip distance apart, allow space for that bump. Fingertips facing towards the bottom and just sending those elbows towards the mat. So breathing in to drop, exhale to lift. Have a sense of space between the shoulders and the face. Here I'm just wrapping those elbows in on that dip just for a bit of extra challenge. And then continue with those tricep dips coming up and lowering down. Breathing in and breathe out to lift. We're also getting a nice roll through that tailbone here, a bit of flexion going on down in that lumbar spine. Holding here again and just wrapping those elbows, really squeezing them in together. They're pivoting on the wrists here. Coming up from that position, just take a little bit of a stretch forwards, just drop the chin, relax that body and give those wrists a nice shake out. So just up and down Just keep everything moving, mobile and healthy. A nice big arm circle there just to reset. Taking the hands to the shoulders, and this is more about that chest opening sensation. So just taking those elbows up and around and really make it count. So really nice wide circles up as high as you can and as low as you can go. Breathing the whole time. From here, just spinning those legs around you, just to the back of the body, and we're going back to that 4-point kneeling position we had earlier. So just start by shifting the body from side to side, getting comfortable. You might want to take the knees a bit wider here. Then begin to circle the body in one direction, and you might feel that you're moving less through your spine here, but you'll be getting a huge range of movement through your wrists, shoulders, and hips. But if it feels good to add some flexion or extension, then I encourage you to do that here. These circular movements are going to be really beneficial during labor and birth. Breathe with your movement. Find that connection. Breath helps to facilitate movement. Movement creates breath. So just tucking the toes under now, we're going to push through the shoulders and hover the knees just above the mat, then push up again a bit higher, and then until you lengthen those legs. So we go again. So just hovering those knees, lift up a bit higher, and then lengthen and push those heels down if you have that range. So this is really good for the third trimester especially. Actually, it's a lovely position to work through and maintain the strength of the shoulders. I just did 3 there, but definitely pause and do a few more if that felt good for you. So just reaching up through the shoulders now, just give yourselves a nice big arm circle. We're just going to take a little stretch through that left arm, so bringing it across the front, just underneath the chin, pushing in with that right hand, get that stretch, lengthening through the spine at the same time. Just taking time to take a breath and thanking the body for what you have just done. So now we're just stretching through the triceps there, pulling each elbow in towards the back of the head, reaching the hand down through the mid-spine. So just resetting the body, just lean forwards, tucking those toes under, rolling back onto those heels, taking the knees wide, just balancing on the middle and big toe as you come out of that squat. So lengthening up, reaching my arms up towards the ceiling. That's it, leading with the pelvis all the way down, then opening up the hips. This is great for strengthening through the knees, the hips, and the ankle joints. Then from here, just take a lunge forward. So taking that right foot forwards, lengthening the legs up, just adjusting the body, getting ready for this lunge set. So just dropping down into that lunge now, back heel lifted, front knee over the ankle, lifting those shoulders up here and releasing through the scapula. Up we go, and then release. From here, take those hands to the hips, just little pulses down, leading with the pelvis, a sense of the pubic bone pulling up towards the chest. From here, just pushing down on that right foot. See if you can get a lift with that left knee into a balanced position. And landing back softly into that lunge, so working through those glute muscles. Bringing the feet together, let's swap over to the other side. So again, finding that really nice lunge position, dropping down, lifting those shoulders up, releasing any tension through the upper spine, tailbone tucked under, back heel lifted. And then taking those hands to the hips here for your little lifts up. Just realised I missed out the little pulses here. Sorry about that. So bringing that right knee up to that balanced position. Taking that heel back, landing softly. So holding that position back, release the arms up into big arm circles, taking the head and spine back into flexion. Nice back bend here. This feels amazing. It just gives your body and your chest some space and the baby some space. Really enjoy that opening up. Allow the ribs to flare out. And then just bringing those feet just wider than hip distance apart, toes turned out, big arm circles here, working through the hip rotation, through the shoulders. You can go as wide and as low as you like with these, whatever feels good. And then taking the fingertips down to the floor, just lifting the head and the chest, just having a bit of a stretch out there. Bring the hands to the hips, rotate, leading with the shoulders, and bring yourself up to standing. Well done.